Hey guys, BJ Dalla here. And if you're watching this video today, I'm going to give you something that's going to simply blow you away. Um, I'm going to reveal to you right now my autopilot profits blueprint. And this is actually a blueprint that I created. I put the pieces together and then I teach you how to literally do what I've been able to accomplish in my business, which is create a steady flow of leads being generated and sales being created on my behalf while I'm out enjoying life, while I'm out, going to movies, or while I'm out going on vacation, or while I'm on stage speaking at a marketing event, or while I'm at church on Sunday morning. And all of those things are significant, not because of the location that the sale was created in, but because I was able to do those activities and live my life, and sales happen on autopilot for me. That's why I call it the autopilot profits blueprint. And now this is a simple 3-step formula that I'm going to give you the outer shell of. I'm going to give you the full walkthrough of exactly what these 3 steps entail. So I'm just going to switch to my screen real quick. And if you can see, you're probably on my Facebook right now. And this is my blueprint right here on my screen. Nothing super fancy, no slideshow production or anything like that. I'd rather show you all the pieces because they have different pages that each one of them suggests. And if you know anything about me, I believe if you can't pull it up and show it, then you shouldn't teach it, because you probably don't do it or you don't know how to do it. So I'm going to show you all of these elements right now. There are 3 elements to my autopilot profits blueprint. The first element is a marketing system to do all the selling and telling for you. Now, guys, I want to kind of touch on this for just a second because it's important. Now, it's kind of a no-brainer. A lot of people understand nowadays that you need a marketing system to promote any product or service on the internet and make it simple. But here's why. You can literally, if you combine the other steps of this element to marketing a marketing system for you, you can have something that builds you a list. You can have something that builds rapport with that list for you, and you can have something that sells your product to your list that you've built on autopilot while you're out enjoying life and doing whatever it is that you want to do. Here's just a quick example of a marketing system that promotes my Twitter Intensive product. And you can check it out there. Obviously, if you have my Twitter Intensive, you've seen it. If you don't have my Twitter Intensive, then you can go check that out and see everything that goes on with my inside page of my social traffic builder marketing system here. If you guys don't know how to create your own marketing system, or if you don't have access to a marketing system, there's 2 things that I recommend. Number 1, either go to leadpages.net. And it's very, very affordable. It's probably the best $40 per month you'll spend in your business completely. I would at least get the pro level just because it gives you more options and it gives you split testing capability and it gives you a whole bunch of goodies for your small business. Or the second thing that I would recommend, as I just switch back and forth, you're going to see a little bit of my screen and a little bit of my face throughout this training just real quick. The other thing that I would recommend is that you go to a traffic and training corporation and have them create it for you. If you can't find one, I would at least go to a traffic agency and have it create it for you. And here's why. Okay, there's something that reputable traffic and training corporations and high-class traffic agencies do with their marketing systems. And what they do is they create the marketing system the way you want it, but they create it the most effective way for it to convert the traffic that they sell, so that if you do business with them on the traffic end, you will end up getting the best results from that traffic, and you will consistently come back to them over and over and over again to buy more traffic. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you're not the do-it-yourself type, roll up your sleeves and get involved with lead pages or something of that nature that I would recommend, then go to a traffic and training corporation. If you don't know one, contact me. I'll put you in position with either myself or one of them, or go to a higher end traffic agency, because regular traffic agencies don't even provide capture page or marketing funnel creation. That's more of a traffic and training corporation type offer, but some high-end traffic agencies will do that as well. So just moving on to step number 2, because I don't want to stay on any one thing, because I'm not making this the full on out autopilot profits blueprint training. This is just sharing all 3 steps with you so you can understand what my autopilot profits blueprint is. After you have a marketing system to do all the selling and telling for you, after you have a converting marketing system, then your responsibility becomes extremely simple. Your whole focus from then is getting a steady flow of paid advertising used in Bing and are used with PPC and solo ads or media buys if you're on that level. And I'll explain a little bit what each one of those are. And free leads generated daily to your marketing system. Guys, from there, the name of the game is 100% how many eyes can I get to the front page of my marketing system. Eyes create opt-ins, opt-ins create sales, and sales create money in your pocket, obviously. So your whole goal is getting targeted traffic to your offer. Now, how do you do that? Well, on the paid side, I know I'm just flipping back and forth, but some things I want to explain, some things I want to show you. So bear with me. And if you have ADD like I do, this will really help you. If you don't have ADD like I do, you might want to watch this video 3 or 4 times. Okay, so on the simple side, we talked about PPC first. I personally use Bing ads, okay? I'm not going to show you anything that's going on in my back office. You can obviously see what my account stuff is if I scroll up or down, so I'm not going to move it from here. But look how simple this is, guys. Literally, you fill out, all of that's filled out for you, sorry. You fill out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm not going to go too far down here, but 6 different things in Bing, and you have an ad up and running. You have it. If you know what you're doing, or if you contact someone who knows what they're doing, you have it profitable, you have it running, and you can get it for 7 to 12 cents per click. Guys, just a real quick secret for you. This is why I recommend Bing. This is why I personally use Bing, because Bing is number 2 in all of the search engines on the internet right now. Obviously, we all know who number 1 is. It's almighty Google, right? So the only person, this is a fun fact that some of you may know, some of you may relate to as an alpha, or some of you may dread the thought of. In competition-wise, do you know the only person who wants to be number 1 worse than number 1? The only person who wants to be number 1 worse than the current number 1 is a close number 2. If you are number 2, maybe you get a silver medal in the Olympics, but you are only off by 1/10 of a second, you're going to grind 10 times harder when you finally get your rematch to better or to best or to oust the number 1 position so that you become the new number 1 position. This is how Bing feels as far as the ads go, because they are the 2nd largest search engine, and they understand it. They feel it in a big way. They see how profitable Google is. So this is what Bing does. Bing doesn't put those same restrictions on you that Google PPC does. If you remember, Google used to be, back in the day, so simple. You could pay 5 or 6 cents and you could literally get high targeted clicks before Google woke up and realized, hey, we have a gold mine here. Let's start restricting them and making them pay out the wazoo. Bing still gives you some of those leniencies. You still have some keywords out there that you can get 7 to 10 cent clicks on that convert for you. I actually do a training that I priced at $297 that I sell, where I show you, I take you over my shoulder and I show a campaign where I created a campaign for $6.20 that was converting $125 monthly residual income sales for $6.25. The campaign itself was running 7 to 12 cents per click, which is where I get that cost per click range, and I show you over my shoulder how to do that. And that's one element of the full Autopilot Profits blueprint as well, is showing you guys a little in-depth about how you can create your own PPC campaign, because you need a steady flow. You need a whole bunch of different angles to be coming at, because like I said, your primary focus from this point on, once you get a marketing system that actually does the selling and telling for you and you know it converts, is to turn around and start hitting it with targeted traffic, to start bringing targeted traffic to it so that you can start testing your numbers, which I'll get into in just a second after I explain the two other elements of step number 2. Okay, from there, guys, we have a steady flow of paid advertising with PPC. So now let's talk about solo ads or media buys. And I don't know why I flipped to my screen, because this is actually where I come in. I own a traffic and training corporation, like I said a few minutes ago, and let me just kind of tell you a little bit about what a solo ad is and what a media buy is. First of all, a solo ad is obviously someone with a fairly large marketing list in whatever niche it is. It could be in the make money online niche, which most of us are in. It could be in a health and wellness niche or a different niche of that sort, right? And it doesn't matter what the niche is. Just imagine someone with a very, very, very long list for that specific niche of people who have given their name and email address. Sometimes they've even bought a product from that niche in exchange for more information about that niche. And what you do with a solo ad is you say, hey, I need 1,000 clicks. You pay that solo ad provider. He writes an email, blasts it out to his list, and when 1,000 clicks been collected, he cuts off the campaign, and you've paid him, and everyone goes about their separate way. Now, media buy is not something I really talk about a lot. It's something that I only share within my small little circle, because it's not something that everyone has access to. A media buy is that next level up traffic. You see, most traffic providers give you what's called their universe of traffic, which is every selection they can get out there, all the opt-ins, all the data transfers, all the with the buyers included in there, they're all in there. But then there's this premium list, this list that they cater to every single day, that they talk to, that they built a real relationship with. The people have bought items from them. They are high converting offers, but they're not out there for everyone. In fact, most of the time, to even get into their premium media buy traffic, you have to be able to supply 30,000 clicks a week or more. You know, a lot of people won't bring it out unless you can do at least bare minimum 100,000 clicks a month for them in their business. They'll just give you the universe of traffic. And this is because their media buy list is actually worth a whole bunch more to them, because it's their cultivated personal list that they've developed and built a relationship with, that they don't just sell anything to, right? So getting access to that is a huge benefit, and that's something that comes with knowing someone who knows what he's doing in the industry, or she's doing in the industry out there, and getting access to their traffic sources, right? So once again, you can talk to me about any stuff like this along the way as I'm creating this content, just to really give you an overview of what goes into a proper marketing campaign if you want to be profitable. You probably saw the first part of my my 2-part video series, which was my success formula. If you didn't, it's on my YouTube channel. Go check it out, or it's probably the previous post right behind this post on wherever you're watching this post. So go check it out. But let's now, before we jump into step number 3, let's talk about free leads, and then let's talk about what I have here in between the stars, because this is very, very, very important. Probably the most important part of step 1 or step 2. Okay, so first though, let's talk about these free leads generated daily to your marketing system. This is what separates the little from the big guys out there. This is what separates the people who just make a little bit, or who are just kind of good, versus the people who fully master this industry, is not picking one and getting good at one, but mastering both and bringing both elements into your business. Okay, we've just gone through what you should at least get into if you're looking to do paid advertising, right? A little bit of paid advertising you can do for yourself with PPC, and a little bit of paid advertising that it pays to know an expert in that area who can get you access to the media buy traffic instead of just the regular solo ad traffic. But then let's talk about these free leads generated daily. Now, how do you do that? Well, I recommend doing that from Facebook marketing and from Twitter, which I'm just going to bring up my Twitter intensive page again, because I don't have anything that I want to reveal, because that actually comes in my full Autopilot Profits blueprint training, which I don't even sell. Actually, you'll find out at the end of this video how you can get access to it, but it's not up for sale. It's not something. I used to put a $4.97 price tag on it, and then for a while I sold it at $2.97 at a bonus package deal with something else, but I don't even offer it as straight up you can just click a link below and buy it type of offer. So you really want to watch this video through, gain the value from it, and then find out how you get access to the full training where I teach you how to generate leads from Facebook. I teach you how to generate 30 Facebook friend requests, aka a 30-person new warm market every single day from Facebook. I teach you how to generate 15 free leads an hour from Twitter, from targeted traffic, from people literally tweeting whatever it is their problem is that your product or service solves. I teach you how to leverage YouTube videos to build rapport, to find an audience that targets, and then to use your YouTube video to tell a specific story to that audience and get them to close into your business or buy your product or join your team or take action in whatever way that you're asking them to take action to. So we'll talk about that a little bit later, but this is the most important part of the first two steps to me right here, which is test often, learn your numbers, and then leverage your numbers. Now, what could that mean? Well, let me just break it down for you first. Test often means this. I am a big numbers guy because numbers don't lie. If you watched the first video, you heard me say that out loud, but this is what I mean by this is I want you to constantly split test everything that's going on in your marketing campaign. From the first step, which is your marketing funnel, your marketing system, I want you to be split testing capture page ideas that you have. I want you to be split testing sales page ideas that you have. I want you to be split testing follow-up sales page ideas that you have, all of that in which I explain in detail in the Autopilot Profits Blueprint. But then also I want you to be split testing PPC campaigns. I want you to be split testing where you send the traffic from PPC, from Facebook and Twitter, from the solo ads and media buy to as far as which capture page you're working with to see which one converts better. And here's why you're doing all of this is eventually you're weaning away, you're trying to find a winner. If you find something that converts $1 to $1.01, that's a winner. But if 6 weeks of split testing later, that same dollar might convert to $2. 6 weeks of split testing later, that same dollar might convert to $5. 6 weeks of split testing later, that same dollar might convert to $10. You know, and it might take days. It might not take weeks. You know, I literally started a campaign, which is the one that I share with you in that Bing PPC product that I told you I had earlier, where I took a campaign that wasn't converting very well. I was getting like 33-cent clicks, 26-cent clicks. You see the list of them as I show each campaign and what it converted at. But then I show you how I split tested and split tested and split tested, and I found a set of keywords that started to convert. And because of my expertise in video marketing, I was able to, on the back end, create a new video, which is what I was talking about earlier, split testing a little bit. I explained it all in detail, though, in my Autopilot Profits Blueprint. I was able to create a video that actually sold by doing content congruency with the PPC campaign that I created. So what they clicked on, the ad that they clicked on, just to make it plain terms for you guys, the ad that they clicked on directly related to what I was saying almost verbatim word for word in the video that they then watched. So subconsciously they go, oh, I'm in the right place. This is what I've been looking for. Let me take action. And then that's what ended up happening, guys. And that's why I talk about split testing. But that's what I mean when I say test often But the other reason we test often is so we learn our numbers. Did you hear how I said earlier, maybe a dollar turns into $1.10, and then a dollar turns into $2, and then a dollar turns into $5, and then a dollar turns into 10? Well, that's one element of it. You want to find out what your opt-in rate is. Out of 1,000 people who check out your marketing funnels capture page, how many of them give you their name and email address? Then from there, you want to find out what your initial sales rate is. You want to find out, of the people who gave you their email address, how many of them buy after watching your video. And guys, that number might shock you. It might be 1%. It might be lower than 1%, which would suck. You need to do some split testing. It might be the industry average of the 1 to 3% range. It might be slightly higher. You might be in that 3 to 5% range, and it's all based on content congruency of your funnel and the amount of targeted traffic you send to it. And once again, I explain all of that in my Autopilot Profits Blueprint. But literally, guys, once you learn your numbers, you have the ability to write your own paycheck. And here's what I mean by that. Let's say we're selling a $1,000 product that we keep $1,000 of every time we sell it. Let's say we know that we have a 40% opt-in rate and just let's go with a 3% sales rate, right? If I sent 1,000 people to check out my marketing funnel, I would get 400 opt-ins, right? If I did 30% of those 400 actually bought, right, that would be 120 sales right then and there, which would make me $120,000. But that's neither here nor there. Here's the element of it that I want you to understand. What if it costed me, since it made me $120,000, what if it costed me $100,000 to create that? Right? What if you knew, since you know your numbers, you know how to create the profit, right? If you know what your numbers are, you can find a traffic source, or you can find a way to create those numbers for less than what those numbers create profit-wise for you, and then you're in profit. Are you starting to see how success builds? Are you starting to see how this all creates itself? So maybe we're not going to see those crazy numbers in our industry, because those would be some numbers that actually are on the low end of some of the marketing funnels that I've been a part of, but are on the high end of a lot of people's marketing funnels. So let's just understand the concept, though. Whatever your numbers are, you learn them from testing up front, right? And once you know what your numbers are, then you know if traffic's going to be profitable for you. Then you know if you need to generate a whole bunch of free leads before traffic could be profitable for you. And then you know what to tell your customers, you know what to tell your new teammates, you know how to map out a blueprint for your new team members to reach success as well, because they don't have to fumble around and deal with what doesn't convert well, because you already split tested that option away and you know what works well, right? So that's how you learn your numbers. And then here's how you leverage your numbers. Let's say that the numbers worked out exactly like I said, and we generated $120,000 and it costed me $100,000 to do it, right? We could then turn around and take that story and post it to our list, post it on Facebook, post it on Twitter, create a YouTube video about it, and create a content blitz that you share and leverage your results to your warm market in exchange for them to build rapport with you and for them to follow what you're saying and go, oh, BJ's doing that in his business. I would really like to do that in my business. Maybe I should join him so I can use his process. And then you can start to give it away as a bonus. Maybe you cut how you did it into a training, like my Autopilot Profits Blueprint, and then you give it away when someone buys something from you, like my Autopilot Profits Blueprint. And that's exactly how you can start to leverage what you know, what you've done, what you've accomplished to generate you more leads and more sales. And here's what it does. Even if you just gave away your training for free for their name and email address, you could start building a whole bunch of people in a webinar. You know, let's say your Autopilot Profits Blueprint, for whatever your results you're getting in your business are, you give away in a webinar that you host next Tuesday. And the only way they can get access to that webinar is to give you their name and email address in exchange for access to that webinar. You go out and promote for the next 6 days, since today's Wednesday, you go out and promote for the next 6 days, promoting that webinar coming up, and you generated 1,000 leads for that webinar. You now have 1,000 people on the webinar. You explain how you did exactly what you did, and then you sell them your business opportunity. Now, there's also tweaks to that process to make you get massive results and be able to pretty much write out a number of sales that you want and to accomplish that number of sales. And that I also explain in my Autopilot Profits Blueprint, but I just don't want to turn this into an 1.5 hour, 2 hour long training trying to really teach you all of this stuff right here and there. Plus, I want you to take advantage and be with me till the end to learn how you can actually get access to the Autopilot Profits Blueprint, since it's not something that I sell anymore. So now let's go ahead and talk about the third and final step in this Autopilot Profits Blueprint that I'm sharing with you, right? The third way is a way to follow up with your audience and consistently tell a new story to your leads about your business. Now, guys, this happens with your email follow-up and with your social media follow-up. And I'm just going to give you a golden nugget that's going to really, really help you right now to do this, because most people get step number 1, and even some people get step number 2 down, master, done. But they fail, they fall flat on their face in step number 3, and they just don't accomplish what they need to accomplish. They don't follow up with their leads, therefore their list, even if they build a fairly good size list, isn't warmed up to them. They don't follow them. They can't wait until the next time that they open an email from them or see a new Facebook post from them or see a new video on their YouTube channel so that they can watch it. They don't have that kind of relationship built because they're not consistently following up. So here's one way to, 1, build consistency, and 2, as I put it, put horse blinders on your prospects so wherever they are on the internet, they see your content. Okay, you're going to create yourself a 5 email series that goes out right away on autopilot to anyone who opts in to your list over the next 5 days. This, number 1, makes your responsibility, at least for the first 5 days, extremely lenient. You don't have to be like, oh, I didn't write an email today, now I gotta sit here at 3 a.m. in the morning and write one up so that my leads don't grow cold to me. They're already done. It's already done for you, at least for the first 5 days. The second thing it also does is gives you a better opportunity to connect with your leads, and here's why. Your first 5 emails are going to be what I call my connection series emails. The first email is going to be a connection series where you ask them to connect with you on Facebook. Very, very simple. You send them an email, tell them this is your Facebook, maybe this is what goes on in your Facebook, this is like what you like to talk about, like to interact with about your Facebook, and then invite them to send you a friend request. Tell them you would love to connect with them on Facebook. Most of the world has a Facebook. I think it's like 1.2 billion people have a Facebook right now, maybe higher even by the time this video is out. But literally, most people are going to accept your offer and connect with you on Facebook. The second thing that you send them is a Twitter connection email. Hey guys, this is my Twitter account. And by the way, if any of these 5 that you don't have, I, number 1, recommend that you do go get these social media accounts. But then number 2, if you don't have them, don't feel bad. Just don't send this email out. But it's much more profitable in the long-term part to do number 1 than number 2. Step number 2 would be the Twitter connection email, sending them a same kind of message about Twitter that you did about Facebook, but asking them to follow you on Twitter. Obviously, the third one is Instagram. The fourth one is your YouTube channel. Have them maybe send out your favorite video or send out an actual connection video in your email to them and just introducing them. Hey guys, I'm BJ Dalla and you're on my YouTube channel right now. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, because I appreciate you and I hope you appreciate the content that's provided here. And then subscribe to my YouTube channel. So every time that I cut a video, which anyone who follows me now knows that I cut videos weekly and for a while, pretty much daily. Then every time that I cut a new video, you're going to get a notification about it, letting you know that there's a new video from me so that you can go check it out, right? So that's YouTube. And then fifthly would be a blog or a website that you have. And, you know, I'm not a huge blogger, but I think that having your own brand on the internet with an actual page like a blog or a web page yourself, even if it's just your marketing funnel that you follow them up with to check out, then that's important that they connect with you there, that they subscribe to your blog, that they follow all your blog content as you blog, or things of that nature, right? So that's a connection series, email series that you can send out to them so that your first 5 days that you can breathe easy. Also, you're putting horse blinders on your prospect, because all of a sudden, wherever they hang out on the internet, they've connected with you there, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, a blog, maybe they like to read blog posts, things like that. Wherever it is they hang out on the internet, they've connected with you there, and you've now given permission to share with them your content as it appropriately fits that social media platform, right? So that is, without a shadow of a doubt, a huge aha moment for people, because a lot of people fail at this juncture. They either don't know how to follow up with their audience, which I just showed you how to put your audience in a position where you follow up with them, or they just flat out don't do it. They don't write up emails, and then they find themselves at 3 a.m. going, do I write an email today, or do I just give up and write it tomorrow? Which everyone knows tomorrow never comes. So that's 3 steps of it. Now, in detail, in depth, if you want to learn my Autopilot Profits Blueprint, you're going to learn as I walk you through creating your first PPC campaign. And technically, I don't walk you through your first PPC campaign. I walk you through the first profitable PPC campaign that is running for the business that I'm promoting at the time. And then I show you how to leverage it for your specific business opportunity, which I have, obviously, as a traffic and training corporation, I have ways for you to sit down with me and be able to connect and learn and have me actually map out a PPC campaign for you. Also, I talked to you a little bit about my solo ads, my media buy ads, and how you could get access to them as well. But mainly what you would be excited about from this Autopilot Profits Blueprint is I actually show you my blueprint for generating a massive flow and a steady flow of free leads every single day from Facebook and Twitter. And then the Facebook script that I take through prospects through to close 3 out of every 4 conversations that I have in some sort of area of my business. And so that's very exciting, as well as I give you a little bit more detail on how to test your funnels, how to learn your numbers, and how to leverage your numbers to tell a new story on social media, which is all of step number 3, your follow-up. So guys, if you want to learn stuff like that, you need to connect with me, because here's the deal. I don't sell, as I've said this multiple times, I don't sell my Autopilot Profits Blueprint. Don't sell it anymore. What I do is I leverage it as a bonus giveaway in my traffic co-ops that I run. And here's why. I believe that if you've tried paid advertising, one of 2 things has gone wrong. Either number 1, you don't have a proper marketing system to do the selling and telling for you, right? Which majority of the people don't have that problem anymore. Just a few examples. If you're in Empower Network, you could use iPass2, or you could use Truth or Hype TV's marketing system. If you're in MWC, I know my buddies Eric Reed and Matthew Aaron are working behind the scenes to create something, if they haven't already posted it by the time this video comes out. I might let the cat out of the bag. But also Michelangelo and Tom, the Furry Hat Guy, have their marketing system. And any big name leader out there has a good marketing system for his team to use, right? So that's no longer usually the problem. Now, it is the problem when you don't have a custom branded to you marketing funnel once you're already experiencing results. But once again, we can sit down and map that out for you at a later time if that's the area of time you're at in your life. Then we have services. That's why I'm a traffic and training corporation instead of a traffic agency. But here's the problem that I believe truly that most of you have is you don't leverage the results that you get. You see, traffic isn't some one-time hit that all of a sudden after that it's over and you're just rich. Like, you leverage those results. If you look, I want you, a whole bunch of you are about to have an aha moment right here. I want you to look and think about, look at the big name marketers out there. Anybody who has $10,000 days, $20,000 weeks, $40,000 weeks, $100,000 months, even $30,000 months or $20,000 months. What they've done is somewhere along the line, they've told the story about what they're doing and what kind of results they're getting from it. And then they've leveraged it to turn around and get more people to join their team or join their business. And you're not doing that. Well, BJ, I might only generate 100 leads, or I might have only generated 10 leads today and not a single sale. If you didn't tell that story, then everyone who doesn't know how to generate at least 10 leads in a day will never stop what they're doing and pay attention to you and buy from you. On the flip side, if you begin leveraging everything that you do to tell a new story that's getting you a positive result, anyone who's not at least getting those results who comes across that training will stop, listen to what you're saying, and potentially buy from you just so they can better learn that process. Guys, you may be in an industry where you sell a make money online product for $25 and you're teaching how to generate targeted traffic, and you've mastered how to generate targeted traffic for anything. A real estate agent might come along and learn your training where you teach on how to get 30 targeted leads a day for whatever it is that they're selling or telling, right? And even though that might only be at best, if you get let's even give you a 10% sales rate, 3 sales, that might only be $75 a day for you, but that might be a house a day for a real estate agent. That might be $100,000 a day for them. That might be $30,000 a day for them. That might be $5,000 or $10,000 a day for them. So don't ever believe that the level that you're at can't teach someone who's not the level below that and turn into profits for you, because they will in a heartbeat buy your blogging platform, buy your marketing system, buy whatever it is that they need to buy so that they can put themselves in a better position to do exactly what you're doing in your niche and their niche, because it's going to make them more money, right? So that's what I believe that a lot of people don't do, is they don't follow up with their leads. They don't tell a new story to the people who have come across them, who are starting to build a relationship with them. So I show you exactly how to leverage it out and how to build a story that does the selling and telling for you, so that you can start crushing your warm market and getting tons of warm market sales on, you guessed it, autopilot. So here's how you get access to that. If you click the link below, it's going to take you to either a video where I explain my traffic, or it might take you to a secret group where I'm offering my traffic. I haven't decided which direction I want to take this marketing funnel with yet. It's exciting, it's new, it's fun for me. But the only way you can get access to my Autopilot Profits Blueprint is to buy at least one of my traffic packages and to get your access to some traffic. So go ahead and click the link below. Either way, it's gonna bring you to a conversation that you have with me where I fully map out my traffic, what's going on, and how you can get access to it, and then how it can build your business for you, and you can get access to the Autopilot Profits Blueprint as a free bonus with any package purchase that you purchase. Okay, so I'm BJ Dalla. I hope you took extreme value from this training. I had a blast teaching it. It's been a while since I've really been able to sit down and map out all the steps of my Autopilot Profits Blueprint and just share it for everybody to see. If you want to learn the ins and outs, go ahead and click the link below. You'll be taken to a place where you can get traffic, you can get training, and you can get my Autopilot Profits Blueprint. I'm excited. I'm pumped. I'm so happy that you were with me on this journey, and that you learned a success formula, and an autopilot profits blueprint. So I'm BJ Dollar. I'll see you on the next page. And as always, I'll see you at the bank. Take care.